Hello, everyone. Welcome back to 100 Days of Coding with Derrick-Redeemer. This is the 16th of our coding journey, and I would like to use this time to wish you a happy new month as we code along. Uh, may you understand everything and keep practicing as well as you are coding, because consistent practice make you perfect. Not just practice make non-perfect, consistent. The more you practice, the more you know. So you have to keep practicing. All right. In the 15th, so this is the 16th of our coding journey. In the 15th, we learned about HTML forms, that's the introduction, and how they are used to collect information from users. So the introduction of our forms. Today, we are going to start building real form element by learning about text fields, email inputs or email input fields, password input fields, placeholders, basic form structures. A reminder, that's the action attribute. So we are going to talk about that one. So we are supposed to create something like this on my screen, something that is similar to this one here. So similar to this, you are supposed to create or something like that. Right. These are the foundation of almost every form you see on the internet. What you are coming to do here. Right. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to create text inputs fields, create email input fields, create password input fields, use placeholders to guide users, understand how form data is structured, build a simple form with multiple inputs. Before we start, think about every website you have used: Facebook logins, Gmail signups, WhatsApp registrations, online banking. All of them ask you to enter information like name, email, password. These are what entered using input or input fields. So the information that I've mentioned so far, the name, email, password, are entered using what input fields. Sorry. All right. What is an input field? When you talk about input field, it's a box where user type information into a form. This particular one here. So it allows you to type information. It allows websites to collect data from users. Without input fields, websites cannot receive information from users. So let's go to our code editor. My code editor here. So here. So let me clear this one from here. I have to start new. All right. So the input tag. The input tag. This is the input tag here. The input tag. So the IN. So input tag. This particular one here. This particular one is the input tag. All right. The input tag does not need a closing tag. We don't need a closing tag for the input tag, but it becomes powerful when we specify the type of input. We'll talk about the types of inputs in this video. Now let's look at the first inputs. That's the text input field. A text input field allows users to enter normal text. So this is it. This input here. So the input tag here, this particular one here. Then I have a type. So type, then equal to text. So it's equal to then text. A text what input. This one here. This particular one here. All right. Meaning the input here, this particular input creates a field. It creates what? The field. Then the type is equal to text. This one here, this particular one here allows user or allow normal text input. It allows what? Normal text or input. So let's say we want to open it using what? A live server. Let's open it using a live server. Let's open this using what? A live server. Now you can see I have what? A box here. This particular box here. This one. All right. So we go to next one, or let's say yes, next one. Let's go to next one. Next one we have what? Email input field. Email input field used when we want users to what? Enter email address. It is used when we want users to enter what? Email address. Only email is what needed here. So here we will have something like this: input tag. So the input, then we have a type. So type is equal to email. Is equal to what? Email. So here only email is what allowed here. So only email is what allowed. Let me open this one again. So is this one here. So that particular one here where I just type. All right. The browser helps check if the email format is what is correct. You have at Yahoo Mail, at Outlook Mail, at gmail.com, anyone. Yeah. Then we have password input field. This one used for sensitive information like what? Passwords. So the same input. So just the input type will change. Just the input type will change. So the type. So here the type is going to change to what? Password. So password. Sorry. So password. This one here. All right. So if I open my web browser again, I'm going to get the same thing here. You get it? So this one is used for password only. All right. When typing, the characters are hiding for security. So the characters are hiding for security. So let me type something here. So sorry. Now you can see that the password as well. The password is not showing. I have the I here. I will show it here. So that's what the password was input. All right. Let's go to the next one. So now show or hide password feature. The show or hide password feature. This particular one here. So let me go to the password field again. So this one. So this particular, I'm talking about this one. All right. Many modern websites include an eye icon that allows users to show or hide their password. So this particular one here. All right. That feature is not built with HTML alone. The feature that you can see here, it is not built with HTML alone. It requires JavaScript, which we'll learn later in this series. For now, HTML automatically hides password characters using the password input. This particular one here, the password input here, this one. All right. Now let's look at placeholder or placeholders attribute or placeholder attribute. When we talk about placeholders give user a hint about what to type. So for example, let's say this particular one here. So let me add. So you don't need to create another tag. No, the same thing. So a placeholder, type your name. So this one here, placeholder, then you type your name. All right. So this particular, this one here. So a placeholder, then equal to, and the double quotes, then type your name. Now let's open to our web, or let's open our web browser here. Now, hope you can see. These are the placeholder. The placeholder is telling me to type what? My name. This box is giving me a hint that I need to type what? My name here. I need to type what? My name here. So let's say Derrick-Redeemer. Derrick-Redeemer. So this place is for what? Only names. I don't have to type the name here. This place is for password. So let's say here. So input type, placeholder. So a placeholder. So placeholder. So email. So let's say email. So then here, so email. If I open, it is going to show me what? Email. This particular one here, email. Hope you can see. So email here, this one. This one is simply telling me that this is what? An email field. This is what? An email field. All right. Now let's talk about the line breaks. The line breaks that we did in the previous video. We are going to use the same line break in the form as well. Now we use line breaks to arrange form elements neatly, and we already know that the line break is this. So this is what? The line break. So let me type the placeholder here first. Placeholder, so password. Now the line break here, this particular one, the BR, this one, BR, is used to what? Arrange the form elements neatly. So let me clear that one from there. All right. So here I'm going to have the line break. So that's what? The BR, the BR that we learned earlier. BR that we learned earlier. This particular one here. Sorry. All right. So you can see now. Hope you can see. All right. Let's open our web browser for you to see. Now you can see. Can you see? Now it is not lining up like what? Vertical again. This one is now lining up like what? Vertical. All right. Let's look at the form structure or the action attribute. A form usually starts with what? Or starts like what? Form. This particular one here. Form action. This one here. The form action. This particular one. All right. The action attribute tells the form where to send data after submission. For now, we leave it empty because we are still learning the basics. Think of it like this. Input fields collect data. So the input field here collect the data. Then the form, this particular one here, the form. Then this one here. This one holds what? The data. Then the action sends data somewhere. We will fully understand this later when we add buttons. We add what? Buttons. All right. So now let's start building forms as a practice. So I'm not going to play. So let me just play this one from here. All right. So this is your assignment. So here, this is the form here. This is the form here. This particular one here, the input. So today we learned about the input tag or tags. So this is just some small assignment I'll give you. You create what form using the text input type. The text input, then the email input, the password input. All right. The password input. Then you use the line breaks to separate them as well. All right, let's look at some common mistakes we make. Sometimes we forget the input type. So input type instead of this one. So instead of writing the type inside here, the input, instead of writing the type inside the input, we only write what? Input. Only this one, input. We write only this one here. This one, the input. That's what wrong. This is what the correct way. Input what? Input is equal to text. Then you add your greater than sign. Then you also use what? Wrong input type. So here, the wrong input type. Instead of text, I'll add here what? An email. This is what? Wrong. All right. Then no placeholders. We sometimes forget what placeholders. While optional, placeholders are optional, but placeholders make forms easier to understand. It helps users to understand what data to put there. All right. But as I said earlier, that you should create this assignment. So you create a form with name field, email field, password field, placeholders for all fields. Wrap everything inside form action. So you are going to do that. Then you test it in your web browser or your browser. All right. Today we learned input fields, text input, email input, password input, placeholders, attributes, line breaks, basic form structure. That's the action. Great work. Today you learned how to build the core inputs element that power almost every website form. These are the foundation of real-world applications like login pages, sign-outs pages, registration system. In this lesson, we'll make forms more interactive using buttons. That's in the next lesson. We'll make form more interactive using buttons, labels. Thank you for joining the 16 of 100 days of coding with Derrick-Redeemer. Keep learning, keep practicing, keep coding. See you in the 17. Happy coding.